Hey friends and peers, students and teachers, we're beginning a next session. I think it might be episode 11 of UnShamed TV Live. This has been a dream of mine doing this TV show, I'm calling it. I'm antiquated at my age, I guess. Some people just call it UnShamed Live. That's also good. It's been a dream of mine to introduce people to what I once learned as process-oriented psychology and now has my own orientation and roots in astrology and history to make it into the practice of unshaming. Process-oriented psychology began with Arnold Mindell and his wife and partner, Amy Mindell, who took their work as offshoots from Jungian psychology. So, and then there's things before that. So you could say the tree of my lineage is Carl Jung, and then Arnie Mindell, and in making Jungian psychology into process work, and then me making it into unshaming, and then each time a person takes a work and changes it, they have many lineages. So I have many people and thoughts and teachers that came into my work. And James Baldwin's picture is sitting here. He's always sitting on my desk. There he is. I'm keeping it at an angle, otherwise it'll just get glare. And so he taught me a lot about race in America, and he also taught me a lot about what it means to love and what the shadow is, and how do we unshame the deep issues, which are individual, and social issues. I always start with the line from Galway Kinnell's poem, the bud of the leaf, the bud of the flower. The bud stands for all things. Everything can flower, and that's the essence of my unshaming work. Everything can be looked at not as a problem, a difficulty, a pathology, something wrong, something to overcome, something to get rid of, something that has more problems underneath it. But a bud, that means something when nourished properly by a kind of unshaming witnessing, I call that, can flower. So I'm going to invite my guest. As usual, I haven't spoken to this person. I don't know what, I think it's a she, is going to bring, and we'll see what happens. And I always stay away from learning about things before the living moment, because the presence in the moment for me is the most important thing. Being with what's happening is the best of my work. So I'm going to see if Megan is here, I'm hoping. No, I don't see you, Megan. Megan, if you're here, I could search for you maybe. Megan, if you're here, then you can, Megan, let me make sure I got that right, just hang out. There's somebody under the word Sionjen, but that's probably not, Megan. Megan, I see you. Can you, let's see, how do I do that? There's your request, okay. So I want to view the request, and I'm going to. You should get on. We'll give you a second to do that, and then we'll do some unshaming work. There, that human being is.
Hey.
Hi, Megan.
Hey.
I'm going to just shift my phone a little bit so that my head is not being only chopped off. Let's see how that happens. Oh, I got to do that. Let's see if that can help. There we go. How's that? Yeah, I think that's going to be okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
I can. Let's see what I'm going to do. A little bit more of that and a little bit more of that. I can hear. Sorry, I'm just going to adjust so that that's about right, probably. It always chops off heads, these things, you know?
Yeah.
And then I'm always like lifting things and then it goes the wrong way. So I'm going to go back. This one goes back and then it goes up. That's better. Okay. Hi, Megan.
Hey.
Is that how I
Thank you
say
so
your
much for having
Oh,
me.
you're
I'm so
welcome.
excited.
Is that how I say your name, Megan?
Yeah, Megan.
Megan. Okay. Great. How's it going today?
I'm nervous.
You're nervous?
but I'm excited.
I can be nervous for you if you want, then you don't have to be, you know?
Okay, great.
I'm really nervous. What's going to happen? How would you help me if I were nervous?
I would tell you everything's gonna be okay and maybe touch your hands.
Touch my hair?
If you were nervous?
Yeah. What would you tell me? Everything's going to be okay and I should touch my hand?
It's gonna be fine. You're perfect.
I'm perfect?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. We're perfect. You see, you have medicine to deal with these things. That's what I was wondering about, and I thought if you projected it onto me, then we'd find out what it is. Yeah.
Thank you.
Being perfect. What can we do? What kind of love can we bring to your life?
So, I talked a little bit of it. I wrote to Karen about, I have cerebral palsy. So and the way that I was raised, there was a lot of physical abuse centered around my disability. Like if I fell, I was punished. If I didn't straighten my legs, I was like physically punished.
Oh,
and it was just a lot
okay, go ahead. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. That's gross.
A lot of really hardcore physical stuff. And it was really brutal. But the thing is that I gained a lot of physical strength from it. Like I went from not being able to like crawl to being able to walk independently, like by the time I was 18 or 19. So I developed this relationship with it that it was like, I internalized it as like the way that I get better, right? To be really brutal. And then I had a few things that happened like outside of my control and I lost a lot of my mobility again. And I gained weight and I went through a lot of grief and I'm trying to get what I lost back, but I'm having a hard time figuring it out because there's a part of me that's like, the old ways aren't working, right? My body's not like reacting to the tough love. So then I like start to try to do it easier and I just have so much shame that I've gone so far backwards and it kind of puts me in this paralysis of like always lost kind of and I get stuck.
Yeah, that's quite a story. Well, pieces of your story. There's a lot more to your story. The abuse around your illness, and then that brutalness you learn to use to get stronger.
Yeah.
Am I understanding?
It's not working anymore.
And how did you use the brutalness to get stronger? I think I understand, but tell me a little bit more about how.
Well, like. So basically, I would wake up at like 4 a.m. and my uncle would make me walk like 2 miles before school. And I was always tired and I was always hurting, but I somehow always figured out basically to override my own pain and like body response. And I would just push my body through it. And I don't know whether it's aging or just the fact that I'm supposed to learn how to do it differently.
Yeah.
But when I work with physical trainers, I tend to match up with being pushed in the same way. And I reach a point where my body just stops. Like there's just so much resistance to it. So now I'm in a place of like, I get stuck. I kind of disassociate from where my body is. And I have a hard time even just starting to like walk and take myself on walks because I'm so depressed about how hard everything is. Does that make sense?
I think so. I'm learning. I'm learning about two things. Maybe there's more. One is this way of being hard on yourself that you learned, and then that could get you to be stronger, but that's not working anymore. You're resisting that. You're not, that's not working anymore. And then your body has its own experiences. Your cerebral palsy has its own experiences. And as a young person, you learned to, you practiced overcoming that aspect. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are two different things for me to learn about. One is your resistance to being treated brutally. That's important. If that's what you're bringing forward. And then what would Megan be like if she were just herself? Mm-hmm. If she weren't trying to overcome anything, what would Megan be like? Both of those things interesting me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe I don't know which way we should go. Both are important. You're focusing on the brutalness. Maybe we should start there. The brutalness. Megan, if I were you and you were to treat me brutally, like I was you, and you were saying, "Come on, walk to my house," what would you be saying to me these days if you were really brutal? And the reason why I'm asking you and everybody else is to unshame something. I have to know everything that's happening, the actual experiences. And I'm asking Megan to do that so I can experience what's going on inside of her. I have an idea because she's telling me, but I want to feel it. So
It's like you're fucking up. You're fucking up. You're pathetic. You disgust me.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing it. You're not doing it. You're losing it. Like harder. Like, what are you doing? Like that's the whole experience of it for me. Like, keep going. Like, I don't know. Direct me if I'm doing it wrong.
You're doing perfect.
Okay.
Can you do those words? You're fucking up. You disgust me. You keep going. Can you do those? Can you exaggerate the tone of those? Like, make believe you're just the grossest human being on the planet saying them. Like that.
You're fucking up. You disgust me. Keep going. No, that's not right. Keep going. Come on, you can do this. Why are you getting worse? Why did you lose it? You had it. Why did you lose it? You disgust me. This is pathetic. Like, what are you doing? This is pathetic. You can do better than this. I don't know why you stopped.
It's very helpful. Thank you for doing that. How are you doing? That's a strong thing to do.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I feel it, but I'm okay.
Yeah. Because the first thing is when people have a strong, what we sometimes call an inner critic, an internalized voice that hurts them, sometimes the first thing to do is to get to hear it so we can witness it. So I can witness it, and then you can hear it. Oh, this is what's going on inside of me. When it comes out, and sometimes we get to hear something that we weren't quite hearing clearly. We think maybe it's helpful. We get confused about those things. So it's good. That's why I'm asking you to exaggerate it, because everybody, when Megan exaggerates it, she's not exaggerating what it really sounds like. She's just getting closer to what it really feels like. She's not making that up. That's the tone, that's the energetic tone of what's happening inside of her. That's strong. Okay, Megan, I'm going to try something now. Okay? And this time, I'm going to use some of those words, but I want you to stay close to yourself and your body and tell me what it feels like, what happens to you when I say them. Your job is not to respond to me, to figure out what to say. Your job is not to listen to my words. Your job is to just, like a meditation. I get tight. This happens to me. Might want to curl up. Just see what happens to your body when I say these words. And now it tests to everybody. The reason I'm doing that is I want to find out how she really responds. Now that I know what the voice is inside of her, I want to know what her body does, her deep truth in response to that. That needs to be known also. Does that make sense, Megan?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say words. I'm not going to say them yet. I'm going to say words like you're fucking up and you disgust me and keep going and stuff like that. I'm going to say those things, but I want you to but I don't want to say those things until you feel ready. Because just saying gross things to someone is abusive, and I don't want to be abusive. I just want to find out what happens for you. I'm interested in what happens for you, not in what I'm saying.
Okay.
Stay close to your body. If you can, get ready to feel things. Your eyes are closing, that's good. And you can be ready to feel them. And you tell me when you're ready. Okay, here it comes. Remember, feel things. You disgust me. Keep going. You had it once. What's going on? Get it back together again. You're fucking up.
Okay, so
That's painful. I'm sorry to have to do that. I won't do it again.
my right foot started like tingling, and my head, I felt that my head got woozy, and there's like a really strong fear like under, like in my stomach.
Wow, that's excellent. And I just want to say to you and to everybody, the reason why I don't want to ever say that again, it's never good to have a person echo criticism when a person can't take care of themselves. Then it's just more abuse. I want to do it one time. That's why I prepared her so much. And I want to find out what kind of reaction, what the medicine in her system is that deals with that. I have my ways. She has hers. She gets woozy. Her feet get tingly. And fear happens in your stomach. You just give your attention to those feelings again, Megan. Woozy head, tingling in your foot, fear in your stomach. And which one of those is most powerful or interesting to you? Or are they all the same?
My foot.
Great.
My right foot.
Your right foot. And take your time and feel that right foot and what you're calling tingling. And feel that, imagining that tingling can grow just a bit. And tell me a little bit about what that tingling is like. Even if it doesn't grow, imagine that tingling could become more tingly, stronger, or spreading.
It feels achy. My foot is sweating, like physically sweating a lot.
Very good to know.
So it's getting clammy. It's clenched. Like, it's almost like I have a stomach ache in my foot.
That makes sense. You have a stomach ache in your foot. I have a stomach ache in my head today. That's interesting. I do. I have a stomach ache. It's in my head. Yeah. And can you take one of your hands and begin to show me what that stomach ache in your foot is like? If your hand were to do what your foot is doing, just so I can see it with you. Here's the hands. And try it. And my foot's doing something like this. It clenches down, and then does it open up again, or is it?
Yeah, it's like
it clenches and then opens. Clenches and then opens. And let's go slow. Clench it first, as much as you would want, as your foot would want to. Don't hurt yourself. And tell me what that's like. What's it like having that kind of hand? Yeah.
It feels like it's, at least it's, I don't know, it's like with me. I can feel there's something positive about it.
Yeah. What's the positive part?
I feel like I'm holding myself in a way.
You're holding yourself. That's very touching to me. Some people would describe that as a fist, but I don't, and I don't want you to. I want to know exactly what you think, you see. Somebody else might think that, but you're holding yourself.
It feels protective.
And it's protective. You're holding yourself. You've got yourself in your hand. You're holding yourself. I got me. Very good. And can you slowly open it now? And tell me what happens then, because your hand was going closed and open. Now what's happening?
I feel a lot of grief
Uh-huh.
in my system, and I feel like open, like other people might see me. I feel exposed.
Uh-huh. Open and grief and exposed, and a lot of people might see you that way. Do they see you more this way than this way?
I think people see me more this way.
They see you.
Yeah.
Which way do you usually like to be? This way, holding
I would
yourself?
prefer to be this way.
You prefer to be that way?
Even though my normal, do you know what I'm saying?
A little bit. I'm learning.
Okay.
I'm learning with you. Keep teaching me.
I think that I do both.
I think
but
so too.
I want to be able to do this more.
You want to be able to do that more. And can you close it again? And everybody, why am I doing this? Because I'm wanting to understand her system. You see, her system has a reaction to the criticism, and the one reaction is this open, grieving experience, and the other is a closed, holding herself experience. And I'm trusting that getting to know those two, we're going to learn about how she needs to deal with that criticism, what her next step is that's less brutal. Yeah. And if you were to hold yourself, if I said to you, Megan, hold yourself, not just with your hand, how would you do it?
Like a hand on my tummy.
You put your hand in your tummy?
Yeah.
And then go ahead. And then
like I like to curl up, but I can't do that here.
Let's see, your left hand is going up to your shoulder.
Yeah.
And the right hand is on the tummy.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to move back a little bit so we can see. Let me make sure that I'm back enough. Yeah. Right, the left hand is on the shoulder, and the right hand is on the tummy. And just let's stay there for a moment. I'm learning about the holding herself, what that's like. And go ahead and let your left hand and your right hand hold you. Imagine that those arms and hands are designed to hold you. Forget about what it feels like to be Megan inside there. Imagine you're the hands holding you, almost like you're somebody else, and you're just those hands and arms. And go ahead, hold yourself even more. Hand goes up, head goes down a little bit, right hand's there, and go even a little bit further. You can't curl up all the way. Yeah, that's it, beautiful. And you're rocking a little bit forward and back. Go ahead and continue doing that, Megan. And believe in what you're doing. You don't have to know word. Believe that Megan needs this. And you know she needs it. You're rocking her and holding her so perfectly. Yeah. And imagine that you're that person rocking her. Not Megan, but the person rocking her, and the person whose arms are up on her shoulder and around her belly and curling her up. And I want to talk to that one, the one who holds you, not the Megan inside. I'll talk to her in a minute. First, the one who holds you like that and rocks you like that. Yeah. How do you know to do that? If I were Megan, I'd say, why are you holding me like this and rocking me like this?
Should I tell you what I heard?
Yes, tell me what you heard.
Because that's what you need.
I need that. Tell me, how do you know I need that? Sometimes I think I need a more brutal, strong energy. That helped me at one point a little bit.
No. No. This is what you need.
How do you know? But I was helped earlier. Wasn't I? I got stronger. Remember, I walked 2 miles. It was terrible, but I got stronger.
Yeah, but that's over now.
Why is it over now? Why wasn't it over 5 years ago? Why now?
Because you've already learned.
What did I learn from all that strong, brutal roughness?
What you were capable of.
I see. I'm capable of a lot. I can push through a lot of pain and a lot of difficulty and a lot of abuse, and I can even get strong doing against that. Wow. That's good to know. And now it's time for something else. We're going to switch into the openness in a minute. How you doing, Megan?
Okay.
What's coming up? What comes up inside you as we do this? Before we leave this spot, we're going to move to something else.
I'm feeling the energy of my mother. She's gone.
Yeah.
She died when I was 3.5, but
yeah. Maybe it's your mother's arms and hands that now live in you.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking that with you. Yeah. There's a kind of a mothering that happens. The mothering that holds and rocks and says you don't need certain things. You learn things, you don't need that anymore. That criticism needs the mother around. Criticize Megan now, be harsh with her, and the good thing, nothing's good about it. The good thing is that this mothering rises up in her. That's very important. Yeah. Can we leave that spot? Don't forget it though, because it's important for you. It's important for you to know the medicine for that criticism is a certain mothering. Some people, the medicine is to say, screw you, don't ever talk to me like that. But that's not for you. For you, it invites this holding yourself. It's very important to know that. That's unique to you. Yeah, that's your way. Yeah. Take a second and a breath. And then there's 2 more things I'm interested in, Megan. And one of them is that open hand may only be able to do one. And the other is what your body is like if it doesn't get, nobody tries to fix it or change it at all. Those are the 2 things that interest me. Which one interests you more?
The last one, even though I have resistance, around that, but I think it's the last one.
Yeah, I think that's really important because in the world we live in, people say you have a cerebral palsy, and that means you need to work hard to overcome your difficulties so you can look a little bit more normal, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Normal, I'm putting in quotes, meaning like other people think we're supposed to look.
Yeah.
And that's fine, and you might need to learn those things, and it's good that you got stronger. And then I wonder what she's like if she didn't try to become like some other people. If she's just Megan. I don't know, but I would like to know. Yeah. What does Megan's body do? How does it move? How does it do itself if nobody fixes or corrects cerebral palsy? If it's just left to itself? That's what I want to know. Isn't that a crazy question?
I have so many different
Yeah.
voices fighting.
Yeah.
in me.
Let's leave the voices aside for a moment and hang out with your body and just try for a moment saying to your body, dear body, thank you for learning to move and walk miles and overcome pain. But I want to get to know you if we never tried to get you to be different. If we never tried, maybe you're just going to lay around in a puddle. I don't know, but I want to know you just as you would be, without anybody trying to make you into anything. Just the kind of being you would be. I'd like to meet you. And just hang with your body. And what do you think what would your body do if you never tried to change it, if you never tried to walk 2 miles? None of it. Well, what happened to your body? First we'll think and then we'll try some things together.
I actually feel like more energy.
More energy, that's good. And I can't get, if we were together, I'd have you stand and we do certain other things. But because we can't do that easily on the small phone screens, so that's why I'm using hands. I love to use hands, but hands are good because I can see them and we can show them. Can you show me with one of your hands what normal looking, let's say a normal walking body looks like? Like mine would go, dot, 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 hi, Megan, I'm, right? More or less, if you could overcome all the cerebral palsy, you would look something like some other normalish people.
Yeah.
And how would you move?
Like normal? Like
normal. Like that.
Yeah.
And can you put a little bit of a tune to that? Like a little songy tune. And a little sound to that. A little louder, just so I can hear. I'm not trying to. That's really important. I'm trying to get to know what Megan's experience of having to be something like, I'm using the word normal. It's not the right word. The way most people think one should be, right? Okay. And now do that. Now let your hands be cerebral palsy hands. However they would be. I don't know how they would go. Let's say they wouldn't try to do anything that looked like what we were just doing. How would they go? Wow. Okay, that's it. Yeah, keep going. That's amazing. They don't go. They do this motion. And keep going and let them go even freer. Let's not control them at all. Let's let them be weird, strange, unique, perfect Megan. That's how Megan is. That's what her nature is like. Keep going. Before we turn her into what we think people should look like, she looks like this. And let them even be a tiny bit freer, however they would be. Totally uncontrolled. Who knows? Everyone. There she goes. And what kind of tune goes with that? Keep going with that. Teach me the song. And keep going, keep doing that. And I want to ask you a question. As you keep going doing that, Megan, I want to ask you, how is this different than the thing?
It's fun.
It's fun?
And I feel like I'm enjoying my life.
Wow. Oh, that touches me. That makes me weepy. Fun and enjoying things. I think you're supposed to just get things done and overcome things so I can do my things every marching through life. And you're like, fun and enjoying life. Oh, tell me more about the importance of enjoying life. I think life is, we should just get it together and be straightforward and get things done and accomplish things. Tell me about a life of having fun and enjoying it.
Well, why would you come here just to work?
Well, that's what everybody keeps telling me. Walk 2 miles a day, get over the pain, push through, get over my cerebral palsy so I can be normal. And like other human beings think they should be.
I think that that fun is freedom. Fun is freedom.
Fun is freedom.
You feel more freedom when you're having fun.
Wow. Wow. Having fun and enjoying life. That's what you came here for. I didn't know that. I thought you came here with an illness to overcome. That's good. That's good to learn, and you got strong.
Yeah.
But I didn't know your deeper reason to come here was for the enjoyment and the freedom and the fun of being alive. I didn't know that about you.
Me neither.
You didn't know it either. Who would know? Everyone's convinced that you got an illness they should help you overcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're a lot of fun, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes. You're a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Let's do this. Teach me the song again of the fun moving song.
Thank you.
Megan, it's so good. You're teaching me too. I need this. Because lately I've been exhausted. I don't sleep a lot, but lately I've been exhausted because I've been pushing myself too hard, and I forgot fun. I just started trying to accomplish things. Success. Make one more thing happen, David. Right? Get to the next level.
Yeah.
I forgot to enjoy myself. Thank you for helping me with that.
Anytime. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. What else? What is useful to you? What's important to you? And then we'll close up.
What is useful to me? I think that just going through this process with you was a big deal.
Yeah. It was. Thank you.
Because I don't talk about it publicly.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
I don't know what's useful to me. I'm not good at asking for what I want, or I'm not good at identifying my needs. So, but I can say that I really, really appreciate you.
I appreciate you also. I'm learning two things. Pushing through things and getting strong can be helpful at times in life. Maybe it'll be helpful again at times. I'm not against that. Sometimes we have to be really strong, and I see that you have that. And at times, the thing that you're needing to learn is that holding yourself, mothering yourself, being the person mothered, but the mothering, the mother herself. The reason why I was focusing you and everybody on the hands and not on you being held is because that needs to be your body. Your arms are saying, I need to learn this. Then you'll get the feeling of being held, but the holding itself, the mothering itself, that you'll need that to soften that criticism. And then I'm fascinated by the fun and the enjoyment and the freedom in life. What happens when a person's themselves, when a person is told very early that they have an illness, and they might need that diagnosis, and it's true, and it's really there. It's not fake. It's really there, and the person really needs certain help, physical therapies, other medicines. It's really true. But then when that happens, especially early, the people don't find out, but what am I really like? I understand I have this thing called cerebral palsy. I have this thing called stomach stuff and stomach aches I get. I understand that. But I wonder what I'm really like if we didn't make it go away. I'm not thinking it's not a problem. I'm just wondering, we should also get to know what you're really made of and what you're here for. And that's you as you are, not corrected, not pathologized, looked at as an illness, but looked at as Megan, her weird, strange, happy self. David's weird, strange, grieving, dark, angry, hostile self sometimes, just to get to know me.
Yeah.
As I am, I'm getting to know you as you are. That's really a great gift.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yay. Thank you, other people, for coming.
Thanks, everybody.
And holding. Yeah. Are you gonna feel okay when we end? Is that thing gonna beat up on you afterwards?
No, I'm good,
Okay.
I
If
think. Thank
it
you.
does, hold yourself in rock. If
Yeah,
something
I
says I
will.
shouldn't have done this and I didn't do it good, or people, then remember, don't
Yeah.
forget. Don't forget.
I really appreciate it. Bye, David.
Okay. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.